Hey guys, Josh with Carl's Mower and Saw, and today we're going to do a little bit of troubleshooting for a Husqvarna Automower. You guys know about these things. You've seen them cruising around lawns in your neighborhood, in your development area. Maybe you have one yourselves, and you have gotten suddenly the dreaded blue light. What do I mean by dreaded blue light? I don't know if you can see on the concrete. I've gone ahead and taped down some wire. And that wire is the perimeter of where this mower right here can mow. And then I have 3 wires coming out that are the guide wires to allow this mower to very smartly make its way home. When things are good, there's a little light back here. Let me move my 450 Automower out of the way. When things are good, there's a little light back here that's green, indicating that we have a full loop signal without any problems. And then the mower is going to work. But every once in a while, we get a dreaded blue flashing light. Let me grab the camera. Let's get a little closer. See if we can make this work. So today I'm here to help troubleshoot with you guys what some of the tricks are that we do to find out what's going on. So, okay, so you see that green light? Lower the camera down a little bit. This green light right here indicates that things are good. Things are really going good. But when that light turns flashing blue, oh, it's the end of the world. Your Automower stops and it won't work. And you're thinking, what have I done? Well, more than likely, here's when it happens. You decide to aerate your lawn. Don't do it. Okay, I get that. You've been digging in your yard. Really, that is the most common. You've decided to add onto a flower bed, do some work. So usually you can go to right where you were working and go, oh, well, there it is. I know where I broke my wire. But occasionally, maybe the irrigation system was being worked on. Maybe a mole, very rarely, but sometimes we'll see a mole chew through a wire. That happens. Some of those things, and there's a break, and you have no idea where it's at. So how do we determine what has caused this blue flashing blinky light thing? Let me put it back to green real quick. Let's put these wires back together. And then we're going to take a quick little tour of the back of the dock. And this is going to change a little bit based on what model you have. So if you have a 450 or a 535 or a 520, I believe. Let's skip that 520. If you have a 450 or a 535 Automower, you're going to open this hatch and you're going to have, let me readjust this camera here, and you're going to have 5 wires connected. You're going to have this one here on the side that's called AL. There's some spider webs. And you're going to have this one on this other side that's called AR. At Carl's, we always make the blue ones what we call the boundary, okay? And then you're going to have up to 3 other wires, depending on model. On the 450X and the 535, you're going to have 3 guide wires, 1, 2, and 3. We make those kind of a red color. We call those red return. That just gives us a quick visual about what they are. Usually they're labeled. I didn't have any stickers to put on them, but they would say AR and AL on the 2 blue ones, and then G1, G2, and G3. If you have a 430 or a 435 all-wheel drive, you're going to have 2 guide wires, and if you have a 315 or a 415, you're going to have 1 single guide wire. So it could change a little bit, but here's what we know. When I look at this setup out here, well, let's take a little walk around. I've got my boundary wire. That's this outer wire that I'm following right now. And it's going to go all the way around the property. A little small example here. And then on my 450X, I have 3 guide wires going out to different areas of the property. So really, if I look at this, my lawn is cut into quarters, right? I've got section 1, section 2, section 3, and section 4. Well, if you get a flashing blue light, how do we know on my whole property where the heck did this happen? Well, here's what we're going to do. I've created some breaks in the line. Okay, so right here, you see this? I've created a break. So let's take this apart real quick, we have a broken boundary wire. Now, the beautiful thing is we know right where this one is. But let's go back here. See how we've got a flashing blue light? Bad news. How do we know what section of the lawn the wire is broken? What I'm going to start by doing is coming around to the back of the dock, and I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to start moving my wires around. This could get a little tricky. See if I can do this one-handed if this hatch will stay open. So I'm going to disconnect AL. I'm going to disconnect AL, and I'm going to move guide here, guide 2, right? See guide 2 to the AL slot. Sorry, there's not a lot of room under here. But now when I move, what I've done is gotten rid of this chunk of the wire going around to where guide 2, which is very easy to see here, connects to the boundary wire. So we've gotten rid of this whole chunk of wire right here. Okay? Let's take a look. What do we got? Aha! A green light is back. Look at that. Okay, so we know that everything to where guide 2 comes in is good. Let's do something else. So we know that to guide 1 is good, from guide 1 to guide 2 is good, but between guide 2 and home or the dock, things are bad. Well, let's open this up and let's unplug guide 2, right? And let's find guide 3. I'm going to plug guide 2 back into its home spot. And guide 3 is right here. It says G3. See G1 right there? Right behind it, it says G3. We're going to unplug G3. Come on. The struggle is real, guys. I'm going to move G3 to AL. Now, what do we got? Close it up. Do we have a green light? We do. We have a green light. So we know that from G3 to the dock is where the brake is at. Now, one thing Carl's Mower and Saw has not always done, but has started doing for our customers, is to shoot a quick video after installation. And we do a walk around the perimeter and we point out where the guide wires actually come in and hook up to the boundary wire. So I would have pointed out in my video that, near this bush is where guide 3 comes in. So I know that from that bush towards the dock is where the brake is going to be. Here's my brake, right? So all I have to do is get my gel splice if I had my proper, but we're just going to cheat. Put this back together like so. And if I now go back, okay, see how I've kind of twisted that together? If I now go back here and put everything in their original spot. So I'm going to take G3 off, put G3 back in its home over here. I'm going to take AL and plug that back in. Okay, close it, walk around to the front, and voila, we have a green solid light. Now, there's a couple other things. Let's say, sorry about that shaky work there. Let's say that I don't know where G3 comes in. There is something you could do to probably discover that, and that would be with the help of your automower. You could simply put your lawnmower in and say start mowing, and over the next day, it's going to mow your whole lawn, and you're going to see that it didn't get over here on this section. So you've got an idea that, okay, G3 comes in over there. The other thing that you can do is you can teach your mower, you can tell your mower to follow the boundary wire, and it will follow out G3, which we've told is the boundary wire, or G2 or G1, depending on where we find that break. It'll follow the boundary wire, AR, G3, out however many feet, and you'll just see it follow out, and boom, you now know that from 100 feet that way to the dock is where my break is. Now I'm going to get down, I'm either going to get a wire brake finding tool and find it. I'll be honest, I haven't had the best success with those. Some people really have. Or I'm simply going to walk that chunk of the lawn. I'm going to look for anything that's happened. Is there a fresh shovel mark? Do I see a molehill? Do I see that, I don't know, what happened, right? Maybe I was edging along my concrete, my patio, and I went past the corner and snipped the wire. Those are ways that we can really troubleshoot quickly. So I hope that helps you out. Rewind this video, watch it again. We get calls all the time at Carl's Mower and Saw. Not all the time, that's an exaggeration. We get calls. In fact, I got a text today from a buddy of mine. I'm supposed to make these evergreen. So I got a text at one point from a buddy of mine saying, dude, I got a brake. I don't know where it is. And I tried to walk him through on the phone how to do it. And it's really hard for us at Carl's and really for anybody to just picture it. So now that you've seen this video and how that works, I really hope this solves your problems. There you go. Husqvarna Automower broken wire troubleshooting, how you can determine what section of your lawn the brake is in. The beautiful thing about the 450 is I can divide it into 4 sections. At 430, I've got 3 sections. At 415, I'm down to 2 sections. But hey, 2 is better than 1, right? So it's really cool to be able to do that. So glad today, guys, that I could help you guys dig in and learn a little bit about how to make your automower experience the best. Because as we know, these things are freaking awesome. And if we can keep mowing the lawn, it just looks tight all the time. For the best in outdoor power equipment, you know where to go, Carl's Mower and Saw. We're your experts, whether it's gas, battery, robotic mowers, or traditional mowers. Thanks for stopping in and learning with us today. We look forward to seeing you soon in our store.